Last couple of months, I had multiple conversations about food, and apparently everyone has an opinion, no matter what you're talking about, like protein, milk, or vegetables. Every conversation was violent. I think it's because food is not just nutrition, it's identity, it's culture, and sometimes it's a religion. We worship our food choices because they represent our inner self. Nobody arguing about best sleeping position, but well, mention food and you will get what you get. And I came with like 5 reasons for this. 1, don't put it in my body. I think there is a big difference between something we choose willingly and something that just happened to us. Remember COVID? Like COVID-19, because it was in 2019. I feel old. There was a lot of people who didn't want to take vaccine, even it's like scientifically better than getting killed by a virus. And it is not because they are stupid. Well, some of them are stupid, I guess, but not everyone. Fear of like unknown medicine is quite sane. It's a valid concern. But there is a thing like you will get virus someday. I got it twice. So you actually choose between something that would try to kill you and maybe would succeed, and something that will try to save you and maybe you'll have some rush or something. Like, the thing is, you don't know. You don't know what would happen if you would take vaccine, but you certainly know what would happen if you get a virus. You could die. And I would pick not dying every day of my existence. I think the danger here is like totally irrelevant. To get a vaccine, you need to change your default behavior. You need to make a decision. And this decision could be wrong. But more than that, you need to violate sanctity of your body. You need to put something inside. That's what she said. And people could live in a city that smells like a burned tires and travel in metro with hundreds of people that coughing all the time, but dare them to eat a piece of bread that fell on our kitchen floor. People are very careful with things they put inside their body. It's just who we are. So food talks could be very emotional, but it's not only that reason. 2, you are wrong. I don't have a strict diet. I mean, I don't eat meat. I love animals and vegetables and, well, it's kind of different types of love. But if it's nothing in menu except meat, well, I get steak, I guess. Some people don't eat peanuts, and that's okay. You're okay. But every time I mention it, and like if you're feeling feelings right now, it's okay. You're allowed to feel these feelings. Every time I mention it, something crazy happens. People start discussing this and thinking about this, and then they trying to pursue you that you're wrong. One girl actually said to me that you can't survive without meat because people from northern countries have different genetics from the rest of the world, apparently. I'm proud of my northern brothers and sisters that they separated themselves from the rest of humanity, but for the most history of humankind, we eat like vegetables, and meat was very rare because like you need to hunt a meat to eat it. Don't try to justify meat eating by genetics. It's kind of weird. And then they mention health problems, they mention ethical inconsistency, they mention personal anecdotes, and of course my favorite, you're missing so much. I know I'm triggered right now, like can't imagine how often it happens. I don't care about ethical inconsistency, I don't care about health things, I don't like it. Is it not enough? People think that you are misguided or stupid maybe. Different diet is a heresy. Because if you think about this, if somebody has different beliefs from you and they somewhat right, it means that maybe your beliefs is somewhat wrong. So maybe you should stop drinking. Maybe you should stop eating sweets. No, you can't, because it's like everybody doing this. Everybody is drinking, everybody eating sweets, everybody eating meat. So if everybody doing this, it means they're right. And you're right. Congratulations, you're part of a crowd. I think you need a little bit of courage to be different. When I stopped drinking, it was very hard because I lived in a culture where everybody is drinking. Drinking is considered to be a party. You gather friends together and you drink together. fun entertainment for whole family. And I think it's easy now because people drink less. 3. Science is bad. Well, research on food is highly inconsistent. It's kind of terrible. People just quote their favorite articles. The problem with food research is incredibly hard to control what people eat outside the lab. You can't really put people in the lab for many years of research unless they're prisoners of science. Don't put people in prison for scientific reasons. Like, food research takes a lot of time before something happens with your body that you could notice. And if you research somebody outside of the lab, they can eat whatever they want, and then you maybe realize it's not because they're eating fish and vegetables, it's just because, like, warm weather and sea air. Bad science is not a problem by itself. Many fields of science have problems with concrete data, and discussions are always a big part of scientific world. The problem is, we afraid to say we don't know. Is the red meat cancerogenic? Maybe. Probably. We don't know, and we will not find out an answer at the kitchen table. Just be real. 4. Media is bad. And capitalism. How about that, internet? Because I'm pretty sure I have a hot take on this. Remember milk? Milk that's supposed to make you healthy, and it's essential for children because they need to grow up, and it has calcium or something. It's not true. It's like conspiracy from Big Milk. Like, it is videos about this, and it's articles. Of course, food companies would say that their food is good for you. In every shop, you have this protein bar that saying it that like sport protein bar for sporty people that doing sport to you. But come on, guys, it's just a cake in disguise. It's just a cake labeled as sporty cake, and now you eat it because it's good for you. No, it's not. Don't lie to yourself. 5. Food is religion. There is an interesting quality about religion that you can't actually choose it. Sometimes maybe, but people don't go outside usually and ask themselves, like, am I more into Islam or Hindu or something in between? I don't know. I need to explore this. People choose religion because they live in families that religious, or they live in a culture that religious. And you choose religion of your country, of course. It's culture, things culture. Religion is a culture. So arguing with religion is kind of arguing with culture. How could you argue out a culture? It's part of a person. You can't change this. Do you eat a lot of bread? Do you like wine? There's a lot of people who eat unhealthy food just because they kind of used to it. Their families like it. They did it as a students. Honestly, it doesn't matter if keto diet is the best diet, or you should drink more milk. Food discussions doesn't make any sense. You can't change religion of man just by throwing arguments at him. And you can't change receptors in his mouth. It is personal. So I always suspicious of people who claim they have a good taste in food. It's a food nationalism. It's a holy one that doesn't make any sense. I think we're afraid of people in many different ways. And that's good. It prevents us from spreading disease. To be honest, I don't really care what you eat and what your takes on this. I just kinda don't wanna spark a discussion every time I go to a restaurant. Like, so be nice to other people. Eat well. Yeah.